Don't mind me. I'm just driving through northern Seoul, South Korea. If you're Korean, can you guess where I am? If you speak English, 영어 할 수 있으면 아, 24명. 와. 어디 있는지 알아요? 북서울. 그냥 그래요. I'm just driving to my 영춘권 수업. 영춘권 수업으로 가는 중이에요. Wow, 32 people. Unbelievable. 한국 사람인데. Sorry, boring for you. Boring for you. This is for my 외국인 분한테. Maybe they don't know what Seoul looks like. They only know Gangnam, Hongdae. 여기는 순환, 홍은 사거리 지역. I'm going to Kung Fu lesson. 영춘권. 영춘권 알아요? 무술. 남중국 무술 원래. 아, 네, 발음 틀려요. So I'm a very bad man. I'm very bad. Look what I'm gonna do. No. 계획 놓쳤어. 우와. 청상병 시인. 어떻게 길이 언제나 어디에나 있다. 길이 언제나 어디에나 있다. There is always everywhere a way. So the navigation 잔소리에서 oh, you missed the way. It's okay. I take the next exit. If you are tuning in from abroad, I am in South Korea, Seoul, and this is just what it looks like to drive around northern Seoul. And coming into view here should be Pukan Mountain, kind of off there to the left, Pukansan National Park. Northern Seoul is very beautiful. It has some very pretty mountains, and sometimes you think you're not in a city, you know? Kind of like if you've ever been to New York City and you can get lost in Central Park and you would never guess you're in the middle of a big city. And the same with Pukansan, but even more. One day I got, so Pukansan is a big, like it's really, it's a small, very small mountain range. Mountains are different. They're not like, well, they're more comparable to like the Appalachian Mountains than anything else in America. But one time I got so lost in this mountain park within the city that I almost fell off a cliff, and I was worried I might have to like sleep outside in the forest. All right, down to 5 years. That's more like it. I was up to like 32, 35, but that was all, I think that was mostly locals. And this is nothing interesting to them. So I was trying to speak a little bit of Korean. Yeah, so I just dropped off my wife, my long-suffering missus. I just dropped her off to meet some old friends, and then she's going to see her mom, who apparently has just kind of opened her eyes after being in a coma, but she's not being responsive. And but you know what they say about people who are in comas, that they'll come out of being after in a coma for a long time, and they'll remember which nurses were mean to them, and they'll remember things that people said, and so that's the thing, right? So my wife, she feels bad about some times that she spoke unkindly to her mom, and she wants to say her piece and apologize. And so I'm off to my my Wing Chun lesson, but it looks like I'm going to be pretty late, because I missed I wasn't willing to wait to sit in a 2.5 kilometer line for the exit ramp, and so this is what I get for my impatience. And so about to go through a tunnel here, Hongji-mun Tunnel, and it's damn near 2 kilometers long. So I'm going to be way off course by the time I get out of this tunnel, man. And my old friend and Kung Fu teacher, Zane, is going to be annoyed. But I lost my bunny rabbit this week, and so he won't be too annoyed with me, I don't think. What a way to start the new year. Ah, man. 1 week into the new year, my beloved pet bunny rabbit dies in my arms. And then my mother-in-law goes into hypoglycemic shock, probably because the hospice nurses underfed her because she had diarrhea. And so they underfed her, and she went into hypoglycemic shock and fell into a coma. And the doctors say that she's got brain damage, and even if she comes back from the coma, she's not going to be all there. And what do you do with that? She signed my mother-in-law, that is, signed a release, or whatever you call it, saying that she doesn't want to be kept on life support. And so she's in there in the hospital with tubes going down her throat, through her nose, mouth, down her throat, trickling, I guess, essential nutrients into her and water. But apparently that's not life support. That's not considered life support. So there's no plug to pull. I guess that's only if she can't breathe on her own and they're pushing oxygen into her, then I guess that's life support. And so, God, anyway, what a way to start the new year. Just, oh. 2024, man, I knocked it out of the park. I knocked 2024 out of the park. I quit drinking. for reals, I quit drinking after more than 30 years of just incorrigible boozing, man. And I took that booze vampire out, and I curb stomped the motherfucker. And that bunny rabbit was a big part of that. So even though it was just a bunny rabbit, he was much more than just a bunny rabbit. If you never had a bunny rabbit, then I used to hunt them and eat them and all that, but you might think it's just a big hamster. It's not just a big hamster. No. Bunny rabbit is. My wife, we're neighbors with her youngest sister, and her youngest sister has a dog, a poodle. Funny dog, nice dog, always happy. You walk in the door, he's just glad handing everybody. Great to see you. Great to see you. Good. Oh, good. Did I say great to see you? And she thought it would be good for me to go over there and have dinner and play with the dog. And I played with the dog. I did. And it's a nice dog, fun dog, goofy dog, happy, silly, puppy still. But I just, maybe I'm not a dog person anymore. It's okay. Yeah, I played the games. Throw the ball. He goes and gets the ball. He's all proud of himself, and he's going to keep it away from me. But then now I've got the squeaky toy. Oh, you want this now, do you? Okay, so did the whole thing, but it's not the same as a bunny rabbit, man. No. Puppy dog is no replacement. But bunny rabbits. Maybe it's not all bunny rabbits. Maybe it's just my bunny rabbit. He was a kind of changed the way I view the world in some ways, knowing him. Yeah. Well, maybe it's good that I got waylaid here and I got some time to. I don't typically do these live streams, and I'm not even looking at the phone to see if anybody's watching now, because I've got someone I consider to be a friend down in Australia, and he's been going through tough times, and one thing he does is he gets on the YouTube live stream and talks it out. And I watch whenever I can. I enjoy listening to him and his stories. And wow, what a great musician. Real musician. Musician. But like, there's a lot of musicians out there that, yeah, they're impressive. Their skills are impressive, but it's like, okay, all right. But it's really rare. You see a musician that is compelling. Yeah, so anyways, here I am stuck in a tunnel and still grieving, but I'm not like choking up at the drop of a ball. It's a little bit better, but it stings. started on a new song. Not a new song, it's an old song. I played a bit of it during one of my videos recently. I wrote it like 3 years ago, or I wrote the core of it like 3 years ago, but you know, it was like a 3-minute song, and now it's like a 9-minute song. I kind of progged out on it, and now it's like I'm starting to think of it as a kind of it's a song about seasons and getting older, but it also renewal and rhythms, cycles, and so I'm kind of treating it kind of like a classical piece, kind of like maybe almost kind of like a symphony in 3 movements. That sounds pretentious, but it's really not. Like it's not I'm gonna look at it like a symphony, because no, it's a song, and it has to at the end of the day, it's a song, and it's going to be a satisfying experience with darkness and light and bittersweet, all the things that make life what it is. And so I started that. I couldn't sleep last night, just couldn't sleep. So I started tracking this thing, and I was fully prepared for this to be like, I've had a pretty good run recently with recordings, and I was like, okay, this is going to be the one that kicks my ass. I just know it. This is going to be the one that just if I let it frustrate me, if I let it flummox me, if I let it get me down, right? So I just went in there expecting all kinds of frustrations and difficulties, ready for it, reconciled to it. But man, so far so good. I put like 5 hours into it, 6 hours maybe. I quit when the sun came up, and I got through the first two movements with an interlude, and so of course I loaded it, emailed it to myself, and got it in the car and wanted to give it a road test, and she was sitting there listening to it, and she's like, God, it's so sad. How can you she wasn't complaining. She was just like, more like she didn't say it, but like, dude, you just lost your little friend, and this year is starting off with death, and it's just so sad. It's more like, why? I guess maybe she's the type of person where she would want to do something. If she was doing what I do, she might want to sit down and do something upbeat to cheer herself up. But yeah, pleasantly surprised so far. It's like, still got a long way to go, but it's a promising start. I wish I could play it right now, but I can't stream and play audio at the same time. God, another tunnel. I better call my friend and tell him what happened. Yeah. Jungnung Tunnel. Another over kilometer and a half. I screwed the pooch because I didn't want to wait in that damn line. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way of things, isn't it? All right, well, I'm not gonna live stream through another damn tunnel. Yeah, I feel a little bit better now, actually. Maybe I should start doing this from time to time myself. Well, anyways, that's it for now. I don't even know how to stop this thing. I don't know how to stop it. How do I stop it? There's no stop button. Hello from Sacramento, California. Sacramento, that's not close to LA, is it? God, I hope you're safe from those totally organic fires. All right, well, I'm just gonna hit the plus button and see if that works. No, that's start a poll, start a Q&A. What do I do to stop this? Ah, okay. Thanks for tuning in, whoever did. Hope you're safe, be well. Happy New Year, one and all.